Welcome back to the All-American Savage Show podcast. I am your host, John Burke, with my beautiful bearded heterosexual life partner that is gay but isn't gay. I'm not saying we've had sex, but we've definitely...
experimented.
We've experimented, yeah, absolutely. No, not really. People are probably still going to believe that. Hey, sorry we're late today on today's podcast episode. We've had some things we're going through right now. We're about to relaunch the ambassador program for shellshockcbd.com. We just got a lot of things on the plate, though. And then I'm still working on editing the next Valor podcast episode, which you can find me on Instagram. I'm setting up the social medias right now for. We're bringing Valor podcast back. It's just look up the Valor podcast on Instagram. You can follow it there. I don't have anything on there yet. I'm getting it uploaded, getting it ready. I'm excited for this. This is a passion project for me. She totally unplugged that light. Venus fat ass. She just plopped down in the corner, unplugged the light.
Oh, Jesus.
But no, the Valor podcast it's a passion project of mine. It's sponsored by Shell Shock CBD. Exciting news. We're going to be going on Gavin Newsom's, not Gavin Newsom's, Jesus Christ.
McGinnis.
Gavin McGinnis. We're going on Gavin McGinnis's podcast.
Turns out we're good friends with Gavin Newsom now.
Fuck that cocksucker.
Meeting him at the laundry room to have some dinner.
We're going to be heading up to go friggin' be on Gavin McGinnis's podcast, and I guess he's going to be coming on ours. We're excited to have that. We also have Dan Holloway, who's a political podcaster over at Black Rifle. I guess he's going to be coming into town. We might be going over on the Drunken Bros podcast. I got a lot of irons, a lot of different fires, and trying to still maintain running this company. But I say thank you for all y'all tuning in today. And make sure you check us out at shellshockcbd.com. That's who these episodes are sponsored by. That's the company that Josh and I started almost 3 years ago. Matter of fact, October makes 3 years, doesn't it?
No, it's December 13th.
Okay, December 13th. No, we started selling.
We started selling December 13th. I guess we started the company. It was really the summer of 2019.
Though you said that it was the summer of 2019, the year I lost my youth.
That was it.
He was a grown man.
Changed our lives.
Gray
forever.
in his beard with a soft touch.
Twinkle in his eye.
Experienced in life and experienced in the bedroom. He became the man. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm starting to freak myself out. We're stopping this. We're stopping. End the episode. We're done. We're done.
The hell is going on?
Good Lord. But anyway, appreciate y'all being here. Again, check out shellshockcbd.com. As you know, we have the money back guarantee on all the gummies. If you try the gummies out and they don't work as we've advertised them to work for you, go to the bottom of the website screen and you can see the refund policy there. So we greatly appreciate that love and support. You guys are fucking amazing. Dude, there's the Biden, if you're not tracking right now, I woke up this morning and all I'm met with is it's in the news, it's everywhere, about Biden wanting to cancel federal, we have to be very clear about this, federal student loan debt.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. We're going to read the story. But what Biden is doing right now, this is essentially rewarding or creating this idea that you can take out a loan and it will be forgiven. How is this fair to anybody else out there in this world? That when you take out a loan, if you are of a certain economic class, it's going to be forgiven just because you're of a certain economic class. This is not a smart way to run a country. This is not a smart way to run an administration. This is one of the dumbest things this guy can do. Yeah. And the intent is to do, this is a big PR thing. Note why he waited until now. Why he waited until now.
Because he sucks.
He's using every weapon in his arsenal to try and boost his ratings. His ratings are still way low.
Oh, yeah.
Way low. People aren't going to forget. But I'm interested to see what other weapons he pulls out of his ass to try and utilize against the right come midterms to try and score some more brownie points. But dude, I'm just at a loss with this.
It just doesn't seem like the thing that you would do.
No.
In a recession.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to raise everybody's taxes. Nothing is free.
We have to exactly, and we have to be very clear about this. People need to understand, and unfortunately, it seems like the younger generation that are inexperienced at life, probably don't know how this works. They need to understand there is no such thing as student loan forgiveness. There is no forgiving. Someone is paying for it. And in this case, it's other taxpayers.
Yeah.
What we see in socialized medicine is now being applied to academia. Both causes of inflation were caused by the government. People still don't get this. So what Biden is doing is trying to patch a problem that government in general has created by essentially doing what they're doing now. You want to know, again, I know I've explained this before in the podcast, but people need to understand the reasons why tuition costs and academia is so expensive right now is that, in a sense, the government is trying to raise the lower economic class up into the middle by providing good education. Government-funded education, i.e. taxpayer-funded education. And I'm going to say right now, it is not my responsibility to put your little cum stain through college. That's not my responsibility. I don't live in a socialist. I hate socialism. I think all socialists should be removed from this country. I think socialism is the worst thing we can pursue. But the reason we have these insane tuition costs is by the federal government granting all of these scholarships, saying, hey, if you qualify for it, and again, this is where minorities really friggin', take the cake, because that's why the types like Elizabeth Warren faked their resumes or their college applications to pretend to be minority because they get privileges. Let's not even die. There is such thing as minority privilege. It exists. If white privilege does, then so does that. So the government hands out these scholarships, and these tuitions are going, they're at a certain rate. And the college, and don't get it twisted, college is a business. The college says, oh, well, if Josh is in the lower economic bracket, he comes from a minority family, they're considered to be in the poverty level, and the government is going to, for whatever reason, award him a scholarship of, say, $20,000 for a semester. I'm just guesstimating here. And the college says, wow, well, if we get that much from them, let's see if we can raise these prices a little bit. And now it went to $30,000, and the government's going to pay that tuition. But guess what happens to everybody else? You're paying $30,000. Tuitions are going to be the same across the board. This is why we see such inflation in academia. It was started by the government. Well, not just the government, but the government plays a major role in this. So what the government is doing now is saying, oh, we're going to forgive federal student loan debt. You don't have to pay the government back, apparently. I'm just at a loss with this. What is this teaching the youth? What is this teaching our country?
That if you have a dream to get an underwater basket degree, then
I'm just at a loss. I'm at a loss with this.
I know. It's going to cost $300 billion.
Jesus.
Cost us $300 billion. Like, oh God.
It's nuts. It's nuts. So let's get into this. This first article, it covers it pretty well in depth. Joe Biden announced his decision to forgive up to $20,000 in student debt per person. President Joe Biden announced his final decision to forgive up to $20,000 in student debt for Americans making less than, get this, $125,000 a year. If you make less than $125,000 a year, you could get your federal loan forgiven. What? $125,000 is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
But essentially, if you're middle class or above, you're penalized. Oh, you have to pay that back. But if you're not, well, then we'll talk about forgiving up to 20. And I hate using the word fair because it's four-lettered. How is that fair to everybody else? This is the same. This is economic discrimination. This is the same as saying, hey, well, not necessarily exactly the same, but very in line with, well, we're going to forgive black people's debts, but not whites.
That sounds like the direction we're heading in.
Why is it my fault? And this doesn't affect me, don't get it twisted. I freaking got my shit paid for while I was in the Army. Worthless fucking degree, but even still, I mean, it is. It just doesn't make sense to me how you can sit there and penalize somebody for being successful. Well, not even penalize, just make sure they live up to their their economic responsibility and obligation. Well, but if you're not successful, Josh, it's okay.
Yeah, you want to get your education paid for, go into the military.
Jesus, God help you.
I mean, they pay for it, right?
They do. They do.
So,
I am almost to the point now, though, and I'm not sure
how
well.
Seems like a way to do it.
I liked Germany's model. When I was over there in Germany, I had a German girlfriend, Tatiana, a beautiful name, beautiful woman. And I didn't know this about Germany when over there, but they said essentially you can get your college paid for, but you're either going to go into the military or you're going to go into public service for 2 years. She worked at a hospital doing laundry. I was like, I actually like, and they did. Well, I don't know if over there you have to, but I like that idea.
Sure.
But the problem is, though, you kind of face this concept of like bringing back a draftee army. You're going to get shitheads that don't want to be there, and they shouldn't be there. And it's what you're going to get in this kind of public service thing. You're going to get people that probably are not going to be the best at their jobs. And you're essentially going to get like federal healthcare again, like with the VA. You're going to get employees that don't give a fuck. They're untouchable. They're just there to collect a paycheck. They don't really give a shit. I see this as like, it could be beneficial, but at the same token, I'm really concerned with your quality of employee.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want some turds, like, I'm just here to get my college paid for. I don't really give a fuck about this job. I mean, I guess there are certain things you could put into place as far as like reviews and things like that. And if you score lower than a subpar, then you're fired, you get nothing. I mean, there are ways we can go, but I could see this to where it's like you're serving your community. Fair enough. I could see that. I mean that makes sense to me.
I'd be in favor in implementing that branch of having your college paid for.
Yeah.
You know, you go into the military, obviously, that's a solid move.
Yeah.
But also doing something like the German model. Okay. They've got it.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't know. But either way, it's just what we're seeing with this.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing to me. The president announced detail, and this was announced today, by the way, for those that don't know. The president announced details of his plan on social media, citing his campaign promise to give working middle-class families breathing room on student loans. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I would rather see my gas prices go down. I think the average American would rather see their gas prices go way the fuck down.
Gas price, electric bills are going through the roof.
Dude, my electric bill, I told you yesterday, was almost $380.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I got a new house.
Yep.
Like, this is nuts. $380. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't have my shit going all day.
Yeah.
The lights are off.
74 degrees.
No, I'm not a fucking lizard. What the hell's wrong?
I mean, like during the day?
Yes. What the hell's 74 degrees?
During the daytime, yeah.
Well, no, because when you put it back down to whatever it is, your house has to work harder to get it there versus you just maintain an average temperature the entire time. I could be wrong on that. That's what I was taught. That if you like set it up to like 75 degrees and then you drop it down to like 71 or 70 when you get home, your AC has to work even harder to get it to that level versus it just maintains. It doesn't have to work nearly as hard. I could be wrong on that. I don't think I am, but I could be. Chat, what are we thinking on this? People are saying leave it on. I don't know. That's just what I was always taught. Either way, yeah, people in the chat are saying their electric bills doubled. Yeah. It's crazy. He's keeping his campaign promise. It only took you 2 years, dude. So the Biden administration posted this via his Twitter page. Said forgiving debt, $20,000 if you went to college on Pell Grants, $10,000 if you didn't receive Pell Grants. Forgiveness only applies to those earning less than $125,000. Student loan pause extended one final time through December 31st, 2022. Payment based on income. If you have undergraduate loans, you can cap repayment at 5% of your monthly income. The president will forgive debts up to $20,000. Okay, we just read that. And I didn't know if you read this. Pelosi are saying that Biden doesn't have that authority. Pelosi's fighting him on this.
The student loan?
Mm-hmm. Pelosi's been quoted as saying he doesn't have the authority to facilitate something like this. Like, ooh, mom and dad are fighting. Yes. Hopefully they go to blows and, incapacitate each other permanently. The president made his decision after several months of on the issue facing pressure. More leftist Democrats, such as Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senator Warren, Penn Warthog budget model estimates Biden's plan will cost at least, and here we go. How much is this costing the taxpayer money? It's costing us, folks. Don't think it's free. There's no such thing as free. You know what's costing the American taxpayer? $300 billion. $300 billion. Biden's decision disappointed leftists who wanted to see a more aggressive plan to forgive college debt. Senators like Warren pushed the president to forgive up to $50,000 per person, which would cost as much as $933 billion, according to the Wharton estimate. Now, here's the thing. In their minds here, that's going to essentially, if my student loan is $10,000 and I'm paying $100, $200 a month on that loan, for giving up to that $10,000 now saves them $200. They're going to save that $200 and invest it back into the company or the economy, whatever the case may be. Sounds good in theory, right? What is the message that we are sending? What is the message that we are sending to our youth or to everybody in general that the government's going to say, well, hey, if you're broke or you're poor, we'll take care of you? Look, if you can't afford to get the loan, don't take out the loan.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. We are not a socialist society. This is not communism. Each according to their needs. No. This is ridiculous. And it's only costing. This is the same as like healthcare. It's like, well, it's, everyone deserves healthcare. No, they don't. Healthcare is not a right because they always generalize healthcare as a service, but never the individual providing the service. We never look at the individual that has gone through the training, took out their own loans. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the people that are now doctors are probably not getting any of their shit forgiven. Isn't that kind of ironic? Our society feels entitled to their labor, but they don't get their loans forgiven. They still got to pay all that. Now, granted, they make a lot of money. Good for them. They earned it.
Yeah.
That's just kind of ironic to me. $300 billion.
$300 billion.
But if we look at healthcare again, it's like everybody should have access to good healthcare. Okay. What's that going to cost us? Well, what I love about this, and this is the other thing that liberals don't like arguing, it's like, okay, let's go down your rabbit hole of retardation. I'll follow you down this rabbit hole. I'll put the dress on and call myself Alice. Here we go. Right now, and this was the studies that came back out in like 2016. These studies have updated way sooner because of the COVID pandemic, and you understand what I'm talking about here in a second. They said by 2030, over 75% of Americans were going to be classified as obese by their own doing. 75% of Americans were going to be classified as obese by their own doing. Now, 2 years of lockdowns and everybody just sat on their couches and ate shit and became a bunch of fat fucks. I didn't, thankfully, because I'm not a fat fuck. That's only exacerbated that number and pushed it to the left a lot sooner. 75% of Americans that are obese. What do you think that's going to do to the healthcare system? Why is it my fiscal responsibility to pay for your fat ass to go in there that literally mouth fucked a bunch of Little Debbie's cakes and I got to foot your bill? What about the dude that's going through a pack and a half a day that develops freaking lung cancer? Why is that my responsibility? Because you didn't have the discipline to stop smoking.
Yeah.
Why is that my responsibility?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I hate about socialistic ideas. This doesn't work. This is not right. Essentially, people can just do whatever the fuck they want and somebody else is going to foot the bill.
Yeah, it works all the way up until you get to Venezuela.
It's always the poor relying upon the middle class. The upper class doesn't give a shit. They can afford it. The middle class is just trying to make, they're like trying to make it. Why does the middle class have to suffer the most? Because of people like in the poor groups, the economic poverty levels that say, we deserve to have health care too. Granted, I understand that it sucks not being in a, not being fiscally able to afford healthcare because the healthcare industry is so fucked up as it is. I'll give you that. But I shouldn't be forced to pay it. I should not be forced to pay any of this stuff. Again, this isn't right. Senators like Warren push the president to forgive. Imagine what, $50,000 per person. Imagine that.
Like
Jesus.
Why not 100,000?
Let's just make it $1 million.
Yeah. Just why even put a number on it?
It's just nuts. But you got to love it. As soon as Biden announces this, guess who comes out? The NAACP slams Biden over reported student loan debt cancellation plan. The Biden administration is reportedly leaning towards canceling $10,000 in student loan debt for each borrower. The NAACP slam reports that the Biden administration is planning to cancel $10,000 in student loan debt, calling the plan inadequate to address the $1.75 trillion in student debt held by Americans. If the rumors are true, we've got a problem. And tragically, we've been experiencing this so many times before. NAACP President Derek Johnson said in a statement on Tuesday, this is not how you treat black voters who turned out in record numbers and provided 90% of their vote once again to save democracy in 2020. You gotta love it. It's always, y'all, oh man, it's always got to be about them.
Yep.
NAACP, it's always got to be about you. Black people are always the victim, aren't they? Good Lord. Good Lord.
Now, wait a minute.
Did it say in this thing that this is not going to, this won't apply to black people? Again, they've always got to make it about themselves. You've always got to make it about, you're always the victim. Always the victim. Good Lord. It literally applies to everybody. It's not racial discrimination. What are you talking about? NAACP is a fucking joke anyway.
Really
If the rumors are true, we've got a problem. And tragically, we've experienced this so much. The Biden administration has been discussing several different plans, including eliminating $10,000 per borrower making less than $125,000 a year. The Wall Street. I haven't even read this article, but I'm interested to see how the NAACP is going to suddenly make themselves victims of this. Always the victims. Always the victims. Here we go. Like, I woke up today and I had a cup of coffee. Yeah, well, your whiteness is oppressing black people, and that coffee was. Shut the fuck up. The Biden administration. Okay. Such a plan would cost the American taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars on top of the trillions that the Biden administration has already spent, as the national debt has soared over $30 trillion. An announcement could come as soon as Wednesday. The president campaigned on canceling 10,000, blah, blah, blah. The NAACP has also been pushing for Biden to cancel a minimum of 50,000. The student debt crisis is a disproportionate impact on black borrowers and their families, the NAACP said as part of its 50K Beyond campaign. Across all racial groups, black borrowers hold the most student loan debt, despite also being consistently underserved by post-secondary institutions. I find that to be a lie. That is a fucking lie. Are you kidding me? Underserved by post-secondary institutions? Black borrowers hold the most student loan debt? Is that by virtue of them being black? What you're saying is that because they're black, they hold them. Explain that one to me.
Are they paying more for courses than
exactly? Are you paying more because you're black? Are you kidding me? I love how they say this dumb shit. And it's like, where are your stats on this? Yeah, explain to me how you have black people that have more student loan than anybody. What?
If you're gonna put something out that
you've got the black dropout rate.
At least have statistics to back it up, right?
Exactly. What the fuck are they on about? This shit's ridiculous. We've hit the point now in America where any minority can just speak and say, "Oh, this is racist." Why? Because they're disproportionately targeting me. No, maybe you're just fucking retarded.
Just making things up.
Well, you got Ilhan Omar sitting there simping for him. So there you go. There's your figurehead right there. A study by the Penn Wharton budget model, a nonpartisan. At the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School estimated that canceling $10,000 per borrower would cost about $300 billion if the policy is limited to individuals with incomes less than $125,000. Just take it from me, though. There is no such thing as nonpartisan in America. It's dead. It does not exist. When somebody says they're nonpartisan, especially a university, they are full of shit. They are full of shit. If the president goes the route the progressives and the NAACP want him to and cancels $50,000 per borrower, it would cost the federal government roughly $980 billion, according to the analysts. $980 billion. Biden is also expected to announce the extension of the federal student loan payment pause before it expires at the end of the month. Good fucking grief. You just can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Liberals are loving it right now. I'm sure conservatives will too. But this is just insane. Oh, God. Tucker Carlson Originals. This is on Fox, by the way. Cattle mutilations. We were just talking about the UFO stuff. Apparently, and there's a picture of the cow being sucked up into the UFO. Oh, boy, here we go.
Uh-oh.
You see, it's shit like this that discredits. Like, legitimately, it's like, okay, UFOs, extraterrestrials, like, okay, let's have that conversation. But we go back to the fucking 60s era, like, it's
Can I get high first before we start talking about this?
Yeah, let's get high first. Hey, we should do the show on Friday high. Can we figure out a way to do that?
Yeah, I think we just get high.
I mean, yeah. What if we come in, we pop a Delta 8, give it an hour, and we do the show high on Friday?
Bing, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom. High on Delta 8 from Shell Shock CBD. We'll do an entire episode high off our asses. You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm fucking done. Let's do it. I'll just Uber home. I'll Uber home because we are not going to drive home after that. Because you're baked out of your mind. There's just no way. My God. You want to see that, chat? You want to see Friday's episode live? Baked out? We'll do it live. We'll fucking do it live.
Do it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. What could go wrong? All right. So that's happening. That's great. It hasn't passed yet, but
do you think it will?
Yeah, I think it will. He's gonna push it right now.
I don't know. It's curious that Nancy Pelosi comes out and.
It is curious.
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's not a good thing for the economy. That's I mean, it's one of the worst things that you could possibly
cost us
do.
More. Yeah.
It's fuel on the flames of this terrible economy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So I don't know. I think he might just be saying it. You know, Joe Biden is such a liar.
God, all these people are.
So he doesn't have a problem lying.
It's funny you say that. Everybody lying. All these Republicans that are sitting there slamming their desk and chest thumping, talking about like Fauci, don't go anywhere. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like you Republicans, I'm tired of hearing you. Like, stop with your screaming and your foot stomping. When and if the red wave comes, you better live up to your shit. But until then, shut the fuck up. Nobody believes you. Your voter base, like I think in general, Republicans across the fucking country, like we're tired of listening to you.
Yeah.
You've been screaming at the sky for how fucking long, saying what you're going to do against the left. And then when Republicans had control, you did nothing.
Did you see that interview that Fauci did on Cavuto's
show,
Neil Cavuto? Dude, he looks terrible.
Good.
I mean, I know he's 80, close to 80, late 70s, something like that. But
Satan's calling for him.
Yeah, he looks awful. I wouldn't be surprised if after he retires or like he dies before anything.
Well, like we were saying before the show, if Fauci suddenly just died, that would fix a lot of these COVID problems for the left, where it's like, okay, the guy that was responsible for all this, you just pin it on Fauci, and he's already dead.
That's it.
You're good. Yeah.
I mean,
I can see that, like you said with Epstein. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of worked out for everybody that he
fixes the problem.
Ended up killing himself. Right.
Yep. Biden's $3 billion package to Ukraine includes these additional defense systems. The Biden administration announced a new set of military aid for Ukraine with an estimated value of just below $3 billion. This dude is spending like fucking crazy. He's like Kim Kardashian in a fucking Coachella shop. Well, there's no such thing. I was going for I don't even know what that bitch shops in. I don't fucking care. I don't know. Which coincided with Ukraine's Independence Day and 6-month anniversary of Russia's invasion. This package, which comes from the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, is meant to address long-term needs and represents multi-year investments to build the enduring strength of Ukraine's armed forces. Air Force Brigadier General Pat Ryder, the Pentagon press secretary, said in a statement. 6 additional National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missiles, SAMs, with additional munitions are included in the aid. I am getting reports, by the way, from military members. SF groups are having to give up their Gustavs. We're talking about munitions from the normal army. They're saying that they're freaking handing over javelins. Like, there's a lot of our guys, they're depleting our own reserve at this point now. I'm seeing this from multiple different people. I've gotten DMs on my Instagram. Like, bro, I've seen a few other people. Terminal Lance has been posting about this. Who else? Oh, God, I can't remember. A lot of people I know, like, they're DMing.
It's supposed to take a few days.
Yeah. We got this. We got this. That's where we're at, though. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, folks. 1 second. I got this thing. There we go. All right. Who is this? Who is the guy that's posted? I'm trying to find it for you guys on Instagram. He's another one of the military meme pages, and I love him. He does like really good stuff, but I'll get back to that. All right. Yeah, there's a lot. The United States will also provide up to 245,000 rounds of 155 millimeter artillery ammunition, up to 65,000 rounds of 120 millimeter mortar ammunition, and up to 24 counter artillery radars, and funding for training, maintenance, and sustainment. Like, Jesus. Good Lord. The United States of America is committed to supporting the people of Ukraine as they continue the fight to defend their sovereignty. As part of that commitment, I am proud to announce our biggest tranche of the security assistance to date, approximately $2.98 billion of weapons and equipment to be provided through the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative. President Joe Biden said in a statement Wednesday morning, this will allow Ukraine to acquire air defense systems, artillery systems, and munitions, counter unmanned aerial systems, and radars to ensure. Okay, so my thing is this. If Ukraine beats Russia back, what's in it for us? Russia doesn't invade Ukraine, what then? Russia still has control of the oil. Yeah. Ukraine does too, to be fair. Are they going to cut us some deals? Is this one of those things where, like, Ukraine's like, if you save our asses, we'll give you, for here on out, like major discounts on oil. That I would be willing to have a conversation about.
No,
I'd be willing to have that conversation to where it's like, you know what? Only through provided armament, that no troops. It's like, if we help defend you against Russia by providing you what you need, you're going to give us discounted oil for the rest of time or 50 years.
Well, I mean, we're coming up on giving them $1 trillion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think any of this is by accident.
How much do you think they're making off this? How many kickbacks do you think are going down?
Billions and billions of dollars. I think if you just go back and look at Burisma, what was going on there. I mean, a natural gas company. So they've got natural resources. It just opens the door to all kinds of fraud. And as we see, the government is just full of crooks. They go in and they flourish themselves.
Yep.
You know, they let these things happen. I mean, they knew that Russia was going to go and invade Ukraine.
Well, they said Ukraine knew like 6 to 8 months prior to it actually happening.
Yeah, so this isn't and the taxpayers, American taxpayers, now are going to are footing the bill for their war.
I'm just.
It's just all of this is. It's not by accident. They let this shit happen so they could all get rich and stay powerful. You know, George Carlin, he did that one stand. He's like, "It's a big club. You're not invited." He's right.
He was. He definitely provided more insight on the differences in the social statuses, economic statuses. And I think a lot of this ties into this idea of like pro-socialism to fight these economic differences. But the problem is that there's no fix. There's no accurate fix to this. The rich and the elite, the powerful, they do have control. They've got control.
Yeah.
The government is destroying small businesses. You know, the middle class isn't going to make it to the upper class. You have to beg and scrape. Middle class is just, they're getting fucked the hardest out of everybody. And it's just nuts to me.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, this is madness. Nobel laureate suggests trans ideologues missed basic biology class. Transgenderism advocates. I was watching, rarely do I watch
We
this.
can't get past this stupid bullshit.
Yeah, this is the dumb. America is just like, we have some serious issues, folks. Like, I'm being sincere with this.
Look how they're dressed.
Our youth
this is what we're arguing about.
Our youth are so fucked. I was watching Joe Rogan's show on the way into work today, and I guess he had Tim Kennedy on. And Tim was talking about, I forget where he was at in California, whether you like him or not. But Tim said he went into a Starbucks, and I guess his favorite drink's like an oatmeal, whatever. And he said his wife is very shy. And she normally wants him to order for her because she doesn't like talking to people, which I understand. Yeah, fine, cool.
Yeah.
So Tim apparently went up to the barista and was like, I'd like such and such, and my wife would like this. And she goes, "You mean your partner?" The barista told Tim, "Was like, you mean your partner?" And he said, "No, my wife." These little shitheads are the byproduct of woke parenting that are a bunch of fucking retards. Number one, this is the example of what happens when you spare the rod. This is the generation of everybody gets a trophy, has grown up, and they're parenting themselves.
Yeah.
This is the outcome. This is the outcome. Can you imagine some little snot-nosed 17, 18-year-old little shit like tells me, a grown fucking man, you mean your partner? You mean you're about to rack up some hospital bills there, you little shithead? You open your fucking mouth again, I'm gonna fucking stick my dick in it. Shut your fucking mouth. You and your fucking preferred pronouns. Bunch of dipshits.
How did that end?
I didn't finish the episode. I was on my way here. But I was like, no, that stands to reason. I think it was in California of all places. Like, can we just get rid of that fucking state? Give it to the Democrats. Tell all the fucking, I
mean, it seems like
tell all the liberals.
Sort of a dickhead move, considering how sacred you are about pronouns and how you describe everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
If he describes his partner as his wife, then who are they to say that it
exactly? Like, what gives you this
such
idea?
Hypocritical that they don't even understand it.
What makes you think that you can fucking sit there and tell a grown ass man what to call his significant other? Like, dude, I just want to beat the shit out of these little fuckers. Like, what have you learned? Keep your mouth fucking shut.
Keep it shut.
Keep your mouth fucking shut.
Barista. Go give me some coffee.
Go fuck up my coffee order and shut your fucking mouth.
Now go fuck up my coffee, dummy.
Well, you think you should be paid $25 an hour for mixing a fucking drink.
Go get those drug addicts out of the bathroom so I could use it. I got to take a piss.
Hey, pumpkin spice latte. It's coming back. It's coming back. I embrace my inner bro. my basic broness. I'm not ashamed of this. I'm not. That pumpkin spice is coming back. The first thing I'm doing is heading to Hobby Lobby and buying fall decorations in my Ugg boots and leggings.
Put that skirt on and
no, it's leggings,
line.
bro. Leggings in the Uggs. I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it. Transgenderism advocates who claim that there are more than two sexes have missed basic classes in biology, a Nobel laureate has suggested. There are only two sexes, and those who believe otherwise have missed basic classes in biology. A Nobel laureate, Christian Nuvelson-Volhard, has claimed. Okay, the accomplished German scientist who won the 1995 Nobel Prize in psychology or physiology and medicine for her study of early embryonic development made the comments ahead of the country's government pushing for legislation that will allow those over the age of 14 to change their legal gender without medical approval, a move that she slammed as madness. We are literally living in madness right now. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, this is nuts. This shouldn't even be a topic.
Yeah. We are literally living in this world of insanity. You have nut jobs that don't know what sex they are. They don't know what their sexuality is, sitting there preaching to us that have a very good grasp on reality. It's like, oh no, you guys are behind the times. Like, no, you're just a fruitcake. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It's fucking ridiculous.
I know.
There's more than two sexes. No, there's not. Like, you talking about like a hermaphrodite? Okay, fair enough. But after that, what do you got? What do you got? Bunch of fucking whack. And here's the thing. Why should we tolerate them? They are living in insanity. They are living in a false reality. To embrace this, to glorify it, to normalize it is not doing our society any good. We are feeding into insanity, and that is only going to cause it to grow more. You don't feed into cancer. You don't do the same things that are causing more cancer. You cut the cancer out to prevent it from spreading. The same thing with insanity in our society. Everyone should be standing up and speaking out against this insanity that is rocking the nation. Do not respect their pronouns. Do not say there are more than two genders. Do not give them an inch. No. Fight them left and right. Do not conform to their way of mental illness. It should not be embraced whatsoever. It shouldn't. This is nuts. It's infected our military too, for those that don't know. It's infected our military too.
I think it's one thing that we've learned is that you just really can't give any ground on that stuff. Like,
Absolutely
not even entertain it. Like,
Fuck
if that's
no.
Again, if that's how you want to live your life,
live
fine.
your life how you want, but don't expect me and to sit there and say that I should support you. You can go fuck yourself. I think you're insane.
Like, we're not changing driver's license.
No.
We're not changing birth certificates.
Hell
we're not
no.
changing the medical history.
No. Just sit there and be. Yeah. I saw this picture. It came across my Twitter feed. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, it's Sergeant Savage over there. Look me up at John Burke. It was a 14-year-old little girl who had her breasts removed. I mean, big scar going across her chest. I forget where. It was at the Boston hospital. And then there was another picture where they removed a skin graft from her inner thigh and constructed a false, unusable penis. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, what is wrong with these doctors?
I don't know.
To sit there.
Who would do that?
To literally sit there and you cut open a 14-year-old girl and remove her breasts. Then you take a piece of skin from her thigh and you make a fake penis?
Like,
what the fuck? That doctor should be thrown in fucking jail. That kid should be taken by CPS. And those parents should also be thrown in fucking jail.
So
Get
terrible.
That kid some help.
I know. You're never going to. I don't care.
Oh, my God.
You'll never feel normal.
Hell no. Hell no.
Cutting your boobs off and then having a fake wiener put on.
Oh, it's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, the doctor that did that is just...
Dude, I can't believe that. Can you
like,
imagine? I want to pull up these images, but I don't want to because again, it's a 14-year-old. I don't want to I don't want to fuck with that. But dude, the images. I think Libs of TikTok posted it. Dude, I just look at this and it's like this is 2022. Like the biblical end time is here.
Yeah.
Like it's here. You look at what's going on in our society. It's like no, this has been prophesied. Like look, this is Sodom and Gomorrah.
It really is.
This is nuts. This is insanity to me. That's where we're at. Real quick before we continue going, for those that don't know, we are streaming on Rumble. Being we got banned on YouTube and stuff like that, we are streaming on Rumble. You can find us at John Burke or the All American Savage Show. Here is the link in the chat. Go over to Rumble, folks. Rumble does not ban people, apparently, or they don't censor people as much as they do on YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. I know it's an app that a lot of people probably don't know about, or maybe a lot of people don't use, but there's no censorship over there. Since we've been streaming on Rumble, not one issue. Not one issue. So there is the link. Look us up. We're live over there right now. Yeah, somebody in the chat's like, it's 2022. We didn't get flying cars. Yeah, I know, right? Instead, we got fucking men that don't know that they're men. Women that think they're men. Like, this is just insane.
We didn't get flying cars. We got a whole bunch of different genders.
People in the Rumble chat are like, smells like new chat. Come over to the Rumble, man. We need to make this push. We've been needing to make this push for a while. It just seems like if Rumble holds true to what they're talking about as far as not censoring, to the extent, and here's the thing, you are going to have to censor. I shouldn't even say censor. You're going to have to enforce terms of services to a degree, and I agree with that. A sense of like, you can't have child pornography on there. You can't have shit like that. There
Obvious
has to
stuff.
Be
obvious stuff like there's two genders. Just basic in your face stuff.
Arthur P says hello, made the jump from YouTube. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Great. Yeah. I'm glad y'all made it over.
Yeah, it's just simple stuff like that.
Because when they strike me on YouTube, I have no way to communicate to y'all that they have banned me or suspended me. Yeah. None. But if we go to Rumble, we've got a nice little medium right there. Mm-hmm. It's time. It's time that we keep pushing over there because, dude, I'm so sick and tired of this.
Yeah.
Because, oh, by the way, you can't go rewatch the Twitch streams because I delete them because I will get reported. You talk about anything trans related, the freaking green-haired freaks over there freak the fuck out. Like, oh, my God. And then they ban me. So it's like, okay, well, you gotta keep that in mind. So come over to Rumble. Here it is. It's over there. We're always gonna be streaming on Rumble. So let's continue. This is something that's been made international headlines. The feminist Finnish PM apologizes over topless lesbian pic from a party at government residence. Have you seen this? Like this broke like 2 or 3 days ago. Apparently she had some photos of her partying.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my God, she's the PM. But it's like, dude, like what's wrong with that? But apparently it had something to do with COVID. It's like, oh my God. Finland's Prime Minister, Sanna Marin, and she is very good looking.
She's an attractive Prime Minister.
Good for Finland.
I know,
good for you. Finland's Prime Minister, Sanna Marin, has apologized for a leaked photo that has emerged showing 2 women kissing while topless at a party held at her official government residence.
She was elected again immediately.
Can we get the Pornhub soundtrack going in the background for this? Prime Minister Marin apologized over the photo, which appears to show 2 topless women kissing with a sign saying Finland covering their chests after the image went viral across social media on Tuesday, and what is just the latest controversy over Marin's party lifestyle. The woman likes to party. Who gives a fuck? Is she doing... Here's the question that I have. My number one question. Is she doing her job effectively? If she is she hurting anybody? Mm-hmm. If she's not, who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit?
I know.
I would rather have this over Hunter Biden.
Oh.
I would rather have 2 lesbians kissing it out. The only request I would have is just let the world watch, please. If you are the prime minister, you're in the public spotlight. If you're being paid off of taxpayer money and you're doing a party in a government building, then you should have, I need to find this picture. I need to find the picture circulating. Hopefully they posted this article.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
Keep scrolling down.
Sweet. Oh my gosh. Oh, God bless Finland. She needs to lose the cowboy hat, though.
You dirty little
prime minister. Now spit in her mouth. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's so naughty. You're a naughty prime minister, aren't you? Yeah.
Did you make a law for me?
I'm making a law for you in my pants right now. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Finnish Prime Minister Sanna Marin has apologized for a leaked photo of 2 celebrity influencers kissing while topless during a party in her office. Okay. Okay. It's a government building. I get it. Respect that. If this was in her house, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But the fact that it's in a government building, okay, yeah, probably shouldn't be doing that. Oh, wait, hold on.
Did she condone it? Did she get up there and say, you two start kissing? If not, then what control does she have?
God bless her.
I know. She's got these 2 social media people just invited to a
They were basically
gathering.
talking about these were influencers. Because apparently she likes to hobnob with the elites and the social media cloud chasers and shit like that. Which, okay, whatever.
Of course she does.
According to Marin, the images and video were taken at a party at a prime minister's official residence in Kursaranta on Sunday after the Rush Rock Festival, which took place last month in July, Broadcast Rails reports. We had sauna, swam, and spent time together. Oh, I bet you did.
Had sauna.
Oh, stepsister, what are you doing? Oh, naughty secretary, please no. Marin said and added that kind of a picture should not have been taken, but otherwise nothing extraordinary happened. This woman even went so far as taking a drug test for the government. I would have told them to go fuck themselves. None of your business what I do in my private time. Well, none of your business. Go fuck yourself.
I don't know. I don't think the leader of the country should be like smoking crack or blowing lines off of a stripper.
Why? They already do. I mean, Hunter Biden does now. I agree. Well, here's the thing, though. Like,
they should be subjected to drug test. Like, we shouldn't have somebody who's on drugs running the country or in any sort of leadership position, because that could, let's say they're an addict and just not like a casual user. We don't know.
Fair enough.
Don't do it for a for a few years. That's fine.
Yeah. I think you make a very good point there for the sake of what if they're an addict, they can't officially or they can't effectively govern.
Right.
I can agree with that.
Next thing you know, you're Hunter Biden and you can't keep your clothes on and stop videoing yourself arguing with hookers weighing crack. You just can't do it.
I agree. You make a very good point there. That's why I would never want to run for government. It's like, what, I can't get high? Go fuck
what
yourself.
Do you mean I can't get high? Bullshit.
Oh, this is bullshit. I didn't sign up for this crap. And you said nothing extraordinary happened at the get-together. She added the picture of the two women had been taken in the guest toilets of the official residence.
In the toilet.
In the toilets? Really? Come on. Petri Orpo, the chairman of the opposition Conservative Party, commented on the new images saying, I think it would be excellent to focus on what the prime minister does not do. We have the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the energy crisis, interest rates are rising, inflation is galloping. We have a crisis in service for the elderly, and there are problems with healthcare. I would expect there to be leadership on these issues. The image comes just days after the footage of Marin and her friends partying went viral on social media networks, leading to some to make allegations of possible drug use due to a phrase shouted during one of the videos believed to be linked to cocaine use. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, your point. I get it. She says, I haven't used drugs myself and nothing but alcohol. I've danced, sung, celebrated, and done perfectly legal things. And I haven't been in a situation where I've seen or known what others use drugs, Martin said. Political opponents such as Rika Pura, the chairwoman of the populist Finns party, called on Marin to take a drug test, which the prime minister agreed to and passed earlier this week. I mean...
Yeah, I mean...
She didn't do anything wrong. She was only taking alcohol. She was only taking it in the vein.
Taking the alcohol.
She's taking the alcohol. Or do we do it kind of like the Nordic movies do? To where if you watch the, what's the series? Nordman? That's a very, very good series to watch, yes. Oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I think it's called Nordic Man? Nordman? It's a spoof off of Vikings, and it's funny as fuck. What is it called, chat? I think there's 3 seasons. Nordic Men. What's it called? Trying to think. Norseman. I think it's North. No, it's not Northman. Northman's a new one. That's a serious one, I believe. I think it's Norseman. Yeah. And by the way, people are talking about pineapple in the chat. Pineapple is the international symbol for being a swinger.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, apparently that's a thing. Like pineapple is a swinger. Let's look this up. Let's do a little cultural research. Google.com, whatever. DuckDuckGo, they're all compromised. Pineapple swinger. Swinger code, okay. Pineapple swinger. Upside down pineapple explained. TikTok exposes swinger sex thing. Upside down pineapple, the secret meaning. This is coming from Cruise Mummy. Okay. On a cruise, and sometimes also on land, pineapple is code for swinging or wife swapping. Wait, what's the difference? I thought swinging was wife swapping. What else? What is swinging then?
Well,
is that like an orgy?
2 pieces of rope and you tie it to a sturdy branch.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Some people like to put a tire on it.
Or
have a good swing,
and then take that wood and spank somebody. Couples swapping. Well, that's the same as like
couple swapping, mouth spitting, finger poking. It's all of it.
But does the pineapple need to be upside down? Does it need to be on the door? And does wearing pineapple print clothing mean you're a swinger? I hope not. Otherwise, SpongeBob's in for it.
I thought it was just meant I was on vacation.
No wonder I was getting all those weird looks. To settle this hotly debated topic once and for all, I trawled cruise forums, Facebook groups for swingers, websites like Reddit, and spoke to a few people who are into the lifestyle to get the truth once and for all. What's the meaning of an upside-down pineapple? Pineapples are used as a secret way for, well, I mean, it's not secret, everybody fucking knows. Are used as a secret way for swingers to identify each other. If you see someone wearing an upside-down pineapple bag or pin, it means they're actively looking for a partner swap. An upside-down pineapple on somebody's front porch can be seen as an invitation to join a swinger party. Like, does anybody really do this?
I don't know. I'm going to start looking around my neighborhood now just to be like, who's the perverts around here?
I'm kind of like... That's just crazy to me. Huh.
You know,
military housing.
To each their own. Whatever makes you happy, I guess.
What about when you see a person wearing a pineapple shirt on a cruise? Does that mean they're a swinger, or they just felt like that funky fashion? Before we start on the ins and outs of, for want of a better phrase, the cruise ship swinging and whether pineapples are a reliable sign, I'd just like to clarify that I'm not into that myself. I don't give a fuck if you are or not. I don't give a shit. Right. But if that's what floats your boat, okay. Is swinging on a cruise ship a big thing? Some couples opt to go on special swingers cruises where everyone on board is all up for the same thing. Some of these are nude cruises where the clothing is optional all day and night, and some are party cruises with couples only red rooms where all kinds of shenanigans happen. You're gonna get pregnant or an STD on that. Like, hell no.
Sounds like a breeding ground for monkeypox.
Only if it's a gay cruise. Swingers cruises are pretty popular and have been around since 2008 when the first cruise for swingers, YOLO Cruises, was launched. Aside from these lifestyle cruises, they're known. Okay, aside from these lifestyle cruises, as they're known, there are also plenty of swingers who go on regular cruises. These people are likely to keep open minds about who they... Okay, I don't give a fuck about this. On a normal cruise, you would never really notice swinging behavior. Swingers don't tend to introduce themselves by saying, "Hi, we're Barry and Wendy. Do you both want to come up to our cabin tonight?" Not with a name like Barry. However, just as because I'm thinking of Dingleberry. Hey, yo. However, just as swingers on land might have secret signs like pajama grass in the front yard, or pampas grass, not pajama, Jesus. Wearing a black ring on one finger or a toe ring on a cruise ship, the secret symbol of swingers is the pineapple. I didn't even know the other stuff were symbols. Okay, yeah, there's clearly a picture of an upside-down pineapple on somebody's door. Decorating cruise cabin doors with pineapple magnet from Amazon is an obvious way for swinging couples to attract attention. If you've seen upside down, okay, so I guess that is it. Yeah, upside down pineapple. Wait, the upside down pineapple trick. Of course, just because you see an upside down pineapple on a stateroom door, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person inside is into the pineapple lifestyle. One cruiser named Christy played a little joke on her friend by placing this pineapple sticker on her door with oh my God. She confessed on day 3 of the cruise. He was such a great sport though and kept it up for the whole 8 days. What about wearing pineapple? Okay, I've lost interest in this. Okay, so apparently upside down pineapple is the code for swinging. So,
all right,
back to the Finland PM. Political opponent. Okay, blah blah blah. That's all there is on that one. Well, now we learned something.
You're welcome, everybody.
You're welcome, people. You're welcome, America.
Enjoy swinging.
Enjoy your swinging party. That's how you got to catch STDs and shit. Oh my God. This is breaking news. Well, not really breaking. It came out yesterday. If y'all haven't seen it, the 3 officers in Arkansas that beat the shit out of the white dude, bro, what the fuck? Like, we're going to look at this. This is tweeted out by Mitch McCoy. Breaking: Arkansas State Police launch investigation into this incident captured on camera outside a convenience store in Crawford County. ASP says 2 county deputies and a Mulberry police officer were involved. Warning: graphic video. That is 2 Crawford County Sheriff's Office deputies and 1 Mulberry Police Department officer beating the crap out of a 27-year-old Randall Worcester. In case you can't tell from the video, he's indeed a white dude. They fucked him up pretty good. Justin, the state police have identified the man being hit by the 3 officers, 27-year-old Ray Randall Worcester of Goose Creek, South Carolina. He's facing battery, assault, resisting arrest, criminal mischief, and terroristic act charges, AR News reports. Now, we're going to play the video. Now, I want you to keep in mind, folks, there's something you need to understand. The police are not the enforcers of a verdict. They do not get to, on the spot, say, because you did this, we're going to do this in response. Their job is to apprehend and then take them to jail. Okay, that's their job. If the suspect is no longer resisting arrest or the suspect is being compliant, there is no need for physical force. That is not the police's job. I don't know how many times we have to go over this. If you run from the police, you bring it on yourself. If you resist arrest, you bring it on yourself. Watch this video. Again, graphic content, just heads up. There's no audio on this, so here we go. This guy is not resisting. Look where his hands are at. He's covering himself. This guy is in self-defense mode. He's basically pulling a turtle. He's getting kneed. He's getting the back of his head beat the shit out of. He's not resistant. Look at him. Like this guy, he's got 3 officers. One in the center is pinning him down. The other guy is dead legging his leg. The guy is punching him in the back of the head. What the fuck is going on here? He's kneeing him to the head now. He's got him by the, oh my God. He's got him by a handful of hair, banging his head against the ground. Jeez, what the fuck? This is, yeah. This is nuts. There's no cause for that.
What were the charges?
Don't know yet, but it doesn't matter because
jaywalking.
This guy is not resisting.
No, he's
what the fuck? But he won't put his hands back. How are you gonna put your hands back when they're beating the fuck out of you? You kidding me? You're gonna defend yourself. He's guarding himself. Look at this. They're beating. They've even got him. He's got him restrained. He is down. Now look at this. Look, he's on his side. He's covering up. He's covering up. I would do the same thing when you start beating the shit out of me.
I know.
What the fuck?
Look what happens when they see someone that's recording.
Uh-huh. And here's the other thing. Here's the instant guilty thing. When this guy on the left looks up and sees somebody's recording, they instantly stop. Watch. Yep, there it is. He sees it. Oh, now they're getting the handcuffs. Now he's pointing at him, telling him to stop recording. Bro. These officers should face assault charges. Oh, yeah. This is way too much. Way too much. Beating the fuck out of this guy. Holy shit. That's just nuts. Literally handful of hair and lifting his head up and then slamming it into the ground or multiple times. Not dozens, to be accurate with this. Dude, no. That's too much. That is not an officer's job. That is not your job.
For an organization that has come under such fire.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's just ridiculous.
You think they would have more restraint?
And I like how the guy in the chat's like, he's resisting. How is he resisting? They're beating the fuck out of you. What is he supposed to do? Yeah. Put his hands behind his back while you're fucking pummeling his face? I have to be honest. Are you fucking retarded? What person in their right mind is going to let you beat the fuck out of them without covering up? These officers know that. Don't play stupid in my fucking chat. Don't you bootlick in my fucking chat. That's ridiculous. That's too much. I support good officers. That ain't it. That is not it. Get the fuck out of there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This should be investigated. And here's the thing. If this was a black dude, you know damn good and well, this would make international headlines. What the fuck? And again, here's a good thing though. They've come out and said the officers are put on, they're right now they're being investigated, as they should be.
Yeah.
This is nuts. The deal is, Worsher was in a convenience store and assaulted a clerk. Hey, he's like a white Michael Brown. When the cops showed up, he was initially cooperative, but then flipped out and punched one of the officers. What you're seeing in that video is after he attacked the cops. Fair enough, but he's already been detained. He's on the ground, so it doesn't matter anymore. He's no weapons, and now he's literally. And that's the thing that sucks about being a cop. If somebody hauls off and cracks you, you get to detain them, but you can't just beat the fuck out of them. And I hate that for him, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, I don't think that necessarily happens all the time.
Not all
they
the time,
get cracked in the face and they don't do anything.
Yep.
I'm going to say probably, 95% of them probably react.
Yeah.
And get a little revenge on them.
Yep. According to his booking information, he is 5 feet tall and weighs 145 pounds. This is an opinion piece, by the way. This is just nuts.
He's 145 pounds.
He's 145 pounds, and those 3 dudes are huge.
Jeez, man.
Again, once that person is subdued, once they're down and they're no longer a threat, you don't get to continue using extreme violence against them. No, absolutely not.
Because this guy's going to obviously sue these police officers and win an enormous amount of money. That's going to cost taxpayers.
Mm-hmm. Bro, it's just ridiculous.
So that comes down to, like, how much money do you think this guy will get?
I don't know.
Millions.
And he's clear. And I'm not saying that this guy is not a fucking upstanding citizen.
No, not at all.
But the guy's clearly a piece of shit. But even still, it doesn't give you the right to go beat the fuck out of him. I mean, good grief.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for the reputation of police.
No, it really doesn't. This is actually kind of good. American Express slapped with lawsuit alleging discrimination against white employees. No shit. Okay. All right. Not something you really see too often, but I got to respect it because it's just so easy to discriminate against white people these days. No, it really is. A former American Express employee filed a class action complaint Tuesday alleging that the credit card company exhibited callous indifference. Oh, wait, before I forget. Shit. Barstool Sports president Dave Portnoy is going at it with Alex Stein, the troll dude, and he's getting fucking ripped apart. Oh my God. Like, it's bad. The Twitter beef between those two, Alex Stein's crushing him. He's trolling the shit out of him. Dave is looking like a real douchebag right now, like real fucking douchebag. Like, I forget, I don't know how it started, but, oh, no. Barstool Sports had posted something about Alex Stein, and then they pulled it down. And Dave Portnoy made a statement, something along the line, or I think Alex Stein said, why are they so triggered, yada, yada. And Dave Portnoy was like, look, bro, we're funded by blah, 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 blah. And so they just started going to this beef. And it's like, holy shit, like Portnoy is getting ratioed hard. And so I guess Alex Stein posted a picture of him DMing Portnoy saying, you're getting ratioed hard on that. He goes, and Portnoy is just kind of, he posted this. Portnoy posted this. He said, I guess I'll just sleep comfortably on my $500 million tonight. And everybody in the comments like, dude, you're a douche. What are you doing? Like, really, take the L and move. He's looking like a real fucking douche. I'm just, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Huh, I have to look that up.
That is crazy. It's actually kind of funny. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. That's what happens, though. People feed into that. They love the drama. All right. Again, a class action lawsuit filed Tuesday alleging the credit card company exhibited callous indifference to civil rights laws by terminating him because he is white and because he spoke out against its racially discriminatory policies. Brian Netzel, who worked a decade for Amex until he was terminated in 2020, told Fox Business that he sued the company on behalf of himself and potentially thousands of other similarly situated employees following an avalanche of bad things coming to white people in that company once George Floyd was killed. The lawsuit alleges that amid the racial tensions rolling the U.S. in 2020, Amex implemented an anti-racism policies throughout its corporate structure that gave preferential treatment to individuals for being black and unambiguously signaled to white employees that their race was an impediment into getting ahead of the company. Go fucking figure. Neitzel said such policies fostered a workplace rife with a tremendous amount of animosity in which white employees were unfairly punished or passed over for promotions while some black employees were promoted merely to meet racial quotas, and employees were encouraged to root out in McCarthy-era fashion police who didn't agree with this overall philosophy. How is that not racism? George Floyd, who was not a martyr, he was a piece of shit, he gets killed, and suddenly black people should be promoted in what? You kidding me? You fucking kidding me? This is how stupid these companies are. Like, I don't know what their intent or their end game with this is.
I don't get it.
And this, again, is another example of affirmative action gone wrong. That's why affirmative action is racist. It should be going away.
Should be.
This is ridiculous. Promoted based upon your skin color, that's fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Well, First Lady Jill Biden has no reemergence of symptoms, according to the White House, despite being COVID positive again. First Lady Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID-19 once again in a rebound case, the White House announced Wednesday. What the fuck are these people doing? Biden catches it back-to-back. She catches it back-to-back. Are they just like swimming in COVID? What the fuck's going on at the White House? You figure the most clean place in America.
You think so, right?
And they're just fucking nailing it one after another. Interesting. Very interesting.
Huh.
Weird. After testing negative on Tuesday just now, the First Lady has tested positive for COVID-19 by antigen testing. This represents a rebound positivity, the First Lady's Deputy Communications Director, Kelsey Donahue, said in a statement. The First Lady has experienced no reemergence of the symptoms and will remain in Delaware, where she has reinitiated isolation procedures. The White House Medical Unit has conducted contact tracing and close contact have been notified. Donahue continued. Well, isn't that just special?
What if they came out and said, "Yeah, she just has diarrhea."
What if
the First Lady's got diarrhea?
It'd be great. It'd be fucking hilarious if it was monkeypox. Like, what have you been doing, huh? Oh, okay. And last, most certainly not least, if you haven't read the news, Marjorie Taylor Greene announces she was swatted in the middle of the night. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene announced Wednesday morning on her social media accounts that she had been swatted and more details were to come. She says, "Last night I was swatted just after 1 a.m. I can't express enough gratitude to my local law enforcement here in Rome, Floyd County. More details to come," she wrote on her various social media accounts. Various different people are tweeting about it. Greene has not yet specified who swatted her or what the reason was, but she retweeted various responses on Twitter expressing outrage. Yeah. Okay. Why don't we get the DOJ on that? Why don't we get the FBI investigating that? You know, for those that don't know, swatting is very big in the gaming community, and it's sad, and it's gotten people killed. Essentially, they call the police like you're an active shooter or some shit like that, and the SWAT team shows up to your door. It's dangerous. It's very fucking dangerous. Why aren't they investigating, or hopefully they do investigate something like this, because it should be. This should be investigated. But, dude, I'm kind of like, I don't know. There's got to be a way to, if you're calling in something like this, the police need to get your information to where it's like if you are swatting somebody, they've got you. Like they can trace your phone. And I know there's like VPNs and shit like that. There's just got to be a way because this shit is dangerous. Calling the cops because you're wasting resources. You're taking them away from people that could be potentially needing them more.
Wouldn't they know it's her address?
I don't know. Probably not.
Your name wouldn't come up if somebody typed in your address. Your name wouldn't come up on it. So if somebody said
in the database,
address,
yeah, it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but it doesn't mean that officers can just say, "Oh, it's just her." Then no, it's like they still have to go. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's sort of strange, maybe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm pretty sure they didn't. I would assume they're not showing up in SWAT teams to her place. It's like, oh, it's Marjorie. Somebody's fucking with her.
Yeah.
But they probably still went anyway. Like, hey, you just got swatted. Yada yada yada. I don't know. I'm assuming. I'm guesstimating on that one. But I could definitely see like, okay, why are we not investigating this? This should be looked into, regardless if it's a politician on the left or right. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. That gets people killed. And again, there have been reports of people actually getting killed from this. So, yep. All right, folks, that concludes today's episode. I'm going to wrap it up, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started back on editing the Valor episode. Should be hopefully coming to you by the end of next week, I hope. Make sure you follow the Valor podcast on Instagram. I just got it set up. I'm going to be setting up a Facebook. Athena's over there like hollering in her sleep. It's funny. We're going to set up a Facebook account, Instagram account where you can follow the podcast. This is a passion project of mine. If you've not listened to episode 1, you should. It's on SoundCloud. Let me pull it up and share the link. Look up just Valor. I think it's, what is it? Yeah. Look up Valor. You'll see the V. And we have one episode up there already. Here's a link to it. Go give it a follow. And it's kid-friendly, by the way. There's no cussing. It's educational. It's fun. If you've not listened to it, give it a shot. It's just a good time. Reminds me. Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. You sneezing your freaking monkeypox all over me. It's like old-timey.
Hit Athena with some snot over there.
Woke her up, that's for sure. But again, it's old-timey kind of radio, but more informative, more performance. It's a lot of fun. So go check it out. Leave a comment on the SoundCloud. I'm going to upload it to Podbean to get it distributed to other platforms as well. And we appreciate you being here. And thanks for tuning in today. You got anything to add, my man?
Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day.
And also, don't forget to check out shellshockcbd.com. Is that an upside-down pineapple you're holding?
Come and find out, champ.
As always, you stay savage, America.